What's going on, YouTube? SEL0320 back again. Finally got my laptop up. Finally got a little bit of internet going. It's time for spoilers of Star Trek Into the Darkness. So, off the gate, y'all saw my review for that. I loved the movie. Probably one of the best movies I've seen this summer. Anticipating highly Man of Steel, Fast and Furious 6, Hangover 3, I'm not sure, but definitely Man of Steel. But this is not what this is about. Now we're talking about Star Trek. So, off the top, oh my gosh, Benedict Cumberbatch, he played his role to a T. He was the perfect villain I've ever really kind of seen in the past 5 years. Well, not necessarily 5 years, maybe 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Um, his role as what we thought was a whole different person. It was actually Khan. So that was one of the biggest things I wanted to spoil. No, they played on his role so very well because in the beginning of the movie, they had him front and center. He was interacting with this couple. The couple, they seemed as though they were very desperate to try to get their little girl healed from this illness that she was like, it was literally taking the life out of her. He gave the gentleman a sample of his own blood. We didn't know who he was or what his purpose was. All we know is the guy gave his little girl in the medical room a sample of Khan's blood, and it actually healed her. And after that point, the guy went and he went to a location and he had a ring that John had supplied him with. He put it in a glass of water and it just exploded. The whole entire bottom undercurrent where he worked at was just gone, disintegrated. It was just amazing visuals. So many different things happened. So, all right, Christopher Pine, uh, his role as Kirk, as the arrogant, crazy, like insensitive. They started off. Kirk had gotten them in some problems when they went on this planet. This indigenous tribe of people that really hadn't known anything about technology. They were a new planet for the most part. They were there to try to actually do excavation of the planet, but found out that the planet was about to explode. So what he wanted to do, he wanted to get like Spock and Hora and Zulu to help him out and aid in trying to get the planet taken care of. So Zulu and Aurora went with them to try to figure out, okay, all right, I'm gonna fly you down, Spock. You're gonna go down, put this device up, and what's gonna happen is the Doctor and Kirk was gonna go and distract. So as nothing take place, as okay, this is not really happening. This is just somebody trying to give you a scroll, and you never see them. And it was just the most out off the wall thinking. What ends up happening is Spock actually is trying to put the device down, and it was getting too hot within the volcano that Zulu had flown into. And so because of that, like Spock actually fell, and he was stuck in the volcano and didn't have any way to get out. Kirk had went back to the ship after the indigenous people actually saw them, and they were trying to get to Spock some kind of way. And Spock had told him, "Look, it's too risky. Like you can't allow these people to see your ship, and not just that. Like there's no way of actually beaming me out. It's too much of a risk." And so they were like, the doctor had told him, like, "Look, if this was Spock in your position now, he would leave you there to die." Of course, we know Kirk. He's going to do the total opposite. He saves them. They get in trouble because of it. Because so Spock was trying to go behind the rules, and he was trying to tell the truth. And because he told the truth, actually, Christopher Pike, who was the previous person in the older movie, he did such a really good role in this. But what ended up happening was they gave the ship back to him. And so because of that, all these different things just started to unravel because Kirk had lost his ship. His relationship with Spock was just kind of like, okay, why would you throw me under the bus like that? But it was so funny, like the whole interaction with everybody. It was just so many different lines that are being drawn. People are mad at each other. Aurora was mad at Spock because he didn't want to be saved in spite of their own relationship. It's just so many different dynamics that were going on. I don't want to tell the whole movie in this spoiler reel, but that was like kind of the start of it. Now, at a certain point, something very terrible happens to the Federation, and Kirk is witness to that, so is Spock. And so because of that, it was actually really blamed on Khan or Benedict Cumberson or John Harrison. And we're just gonna say John Harrison for the heck of it right now because he's not been revealed who his true person is. So John Harrison actually gets away, goes to a remote planet, and Kirk asks and begs, let me go and track this guy down for doing the things that he's done. He's taken out somebody I love, that I care about, people that I know and care about. I want to take him down. And Kirk is emotionally compromised. Like last movie, it was Spock that was emotionally compromised. This movie, you see Kirk truly emotionally compromised, and his judgment was already impaired just because he feels though like there's no lose situation in every situation. Now this one, he has lost, and he's lost people that he cares about, and he's willing to do anything he can to try to avenge them, but he's not thinking about his crew. So, because of this, he goes on this excavation with his crew, with Spock back at the helm, because Spock had actually been put to another ranking with a different ship, but he advised to have Spock with him again, in spite of Spock throwing him under the bus. But from there, they go and try to track down John Harrison. Now, when they get to their planet, like they go through hell and back just to try to find this guy, and then they finally find him. They realize that this dude is on a different level of extreme. Now, when I say that, like the action scenes kick off with Benedict Cumberson's character just unloading on the people of this planet. Like he is taking out ships, he's taking out bodies, he's taking no prisoners, and he's actually protecting Kirk, Spock, and Aurora when they're on the planet, which is so crazy. I'm not gonna explain what the details behind that is because I don't want to draw this video up, but you see how much of a just epic dude this guy is on an intellectual level that hasn't been shown yet, but on a physical level, this guy has got some other stuff. So they take him in for questioning. I can't say that they didn't want to kill him because Kirk, he gets very upset. He tries his best to hit, and knock out, and hurt Benedict Cumberson's character after he just, for no good reason, just surrenders. He didn't even flinch. The guy just took every single hit. It was epic. And you are realizing that, okay, Kirk does not know he's really going up against. And it shows that later on in the movie where John Harrison's character, he reveals to them, he's like, look, you do not know who you were really interacting with. I'm better at everything. My whole reasoning behind here, you don't even really know why. You can't even protect any of your shipmates. And all the while, I'm here. And I'm Khan. And I was like, oh no! Anybody who's looked at The Wrath of Khan, or anybody's looked at, I think it's called Speed Space, from the old Star Trek episode. Speed Space was when the first time that Khan was actually revealed on the TV series. A person that was genetically altered, that the ship had found remotely with about 84 different other members that were from the past. And this guy turns out to be like this tyrant and this totally mentally / genetically altered. And they realize they have to really kind of get away from this guy. So they beam him away. He escapes, but he's banished. And so Kirk was responsible for that. And the old one. Okay, so then Wrath of Khan, we all know that was the same one where Spock was actually killed, which is crazy. Because Spock actually got killed because of radiation to try to save the ship, and Khan actually self-destructed the Genesis device trying to kill everybody because he just was so mad at Kirk. But regardless, the timelines changed from the standpoint of when Nero killed Kirk's dad and changed and altered history. So everything is totally different. Even though Khan is a present here, he's not the same Khan of what the TV series or the Wrath of Khan was. He's just as deadly, if not more so, though. And you find out that he's got a whole big agenda, and he lets Kirk know that there's things that you don't know, and there's things that you're being used in. And, I mean, I don't want to go into so many specifics because I don't want to tell every part of the story, but it gets to a point where Kirk realizes who uh, John Harrison really is, and Spock realizes who Khan really is. There's a conversation that goes on with the older Spock, and because of that, uh, Spock realizes, okay, this is somebody we do not need to try for. We need to take out immediately. Of course, the older Spock doesn't reveal what happened, but he said, that, look, it was a great loss as a casualty of even just interacting with this man. You need to watch back. So, everything unfolds after that point because Khan is out for vengeance. He gets exactly what he wants, and he threatens the lives of everybody. And at his disposal, he has a ship that's just twice as big. He has the intellect of Spock times 3, and the physicality and the assertiveness of Kirk to go beyond trying to sacrifice for his his crew, but to kill every single person if he need be. And it's just Benedict Cumberbatch did such a good job, but at the same time, Christopher Pine shows such a good level of acting as to emote in the way of anger and sacrifice, of need, of trying to help somebody that definitely has disregard to humankind. And all the while, even like Zachary's character, Spock, he goes through this kind of evolution of like, okay, look, man, my whole planet died. Like, I can't lose my family either. And Kirk, you're close to me, but I don't know how to emote. Now, there's something that's happened so much. I'm not going to tell you the end of the movie, but there is a scene where, just like the Wrath of Khan, where Kirk and Spock are together, and it's one of the most emotional scenes in the movie. And you won't believe what happens. You won't believe who really dies. I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind, and it was quite emotional. Like, yeah, like other people had died in the movie, some major characters had died in the movie, but this, I did not expect it. And I mean, once you die, like you don't see any kind of way of coming out of it on top. But now I will say towards the end of the movie, not to reveal who's the person that really dies, because it is a major character. There is a huge fight between Khan and Spock. And I will say that Spock is out for vengeance for the person that dies. And just like Wrath of Khan, like, it was epic. Okay? It was epic. It was a great fight scene. It takes place on Earth after a huge crash of a ship, two ships. Um, Go see the movie in IMAX. The IMAX, it sets it off the whole move for every single crash, every part of degree, every sound effect, every laser zap. It's just epic. I saw it with my family. This is about the third time that I've seen it. Crap, I need to get ready to go. But this movie was just epic. I really enjoyed it. It had a lot of heart. Every character evolved. Every character had a spotlight. Every character had a weight to their story arc. And you will see it in the performance of every single person. But by far, Benedict Cumberbatch, which plays in the show Sherlock, which season 3 is about to come out, highly recommend you follow him because this man is amazing. I want to see him be a Marvel or DC villain just for the heck of it. But everybody brought up the acting level. The action was better. The storyline was better. The comedy was funnier. You're really going to enjoy this. And if you want to go and spend extra 18 to go and see it in IMAX, I would highly recommend it. And this is my spoiler for Star Trek Into Darkness. I've got to roll out. I got to go back to DC. Everybody have a blessed week. Take care.